Now, ladies and gentlemen, late last night, Valve sent out yet again another update for Counter-Strike 2, but it wasn't something we were expecting, which was the completion of the Copenhagen Major and the addition of stickers. The build up to this update wasn't something we typically see either. We can see that new content for Danger Zone is and has been worked on for the past few months, but specifically has been found in data mines for these recent updates. And last night's update has almost nothing to do with stickers, which is semi-interesting. But that doesn't mean they're not coming. This hasn't been made official by Valve, and I don't think they would ever say anything about this, but according to some rumors and credible leakers in the scene, Valve is having all the pro players redo their signatures for a few reasons that we'll touch on later, and some others we just don't know why, which explains the delay. Today's video, I want to break down and discuss this most recent update by looking at the blog post, as well as I want to discuss the sticker situation with what's happening with this. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying, but most notably trading marketplace, that being for your CS2 items. You can trade off your old skins for something new. All you do is log in with Steam, you start a trade, and any cash remaining goes to your available balance on the site. When it comes to trading an item you don't have enough balance for on the site, SkinsMonkey has a large variety of deposit options. By using my code MANDO, you can get up to a free $5, and by depositing alongside using my code, you get an additional 35% of a deposit bonus. With SkinsMonkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, the link will be in the top of the description down below. Firstly, for today's video is we're going to break down the blog post, then we're going to take a look at some data mines to see what was found in the blog post and the game files that were added last night. And there's only two categories, the first one being for the Copenhagen Major, the second one being for miscellaneous. The first category up here is for the Major. It says the Elimination Stage Pick'em Challenge is now active with 13 qualified teams. 3 more teams will qualify tomorrow. Elimination Stage picks can be updated and saved all the way until the elimination stage of the matches begin. Add a reminder for players who purchase their Copenhagen Major Pass that the pass must be activated in order to become eligible for the Copenhagen 2024 coin challenges. Added a checkbox to show final Swiss standings in the Major Hub. Added the ability to preview souvenir packages from the Major Hub, various UI improvements in the Copenhagen Major 2024 Hub, and lastly, for the miscellaneous category, they fixed a case where the C4 could fall through the floor if it was dropped while planning. And lastly, for this blog post, but also the miscellaneous categories, they added a pop-up confirmation before launching training day in the play menu. And that concludes the blog post from last night. Now, there's a couple things that I want to mention that weren't included in the game files or the data mines from last night or anything to do with this update. I've received a few comments, as well as I've been seeing a lot of threads on Twitter the past couple of days about people's pick'ems not going through correctly. And no, it's not because they didn't place the right ones, it's that they didn't work at all. I think some of this is on Valve's end, but I also think it's on some of the players, but it's also on Valve at the same time. This new UI for the Major is really weird. Out of all the ones we've had in the past, going all the way back to like 2015, 2016 CSGO, this is by far the most complicated, confusing. It feels very claustrophobic almost when you want to go on the page. Versus CSGO, I feel like it just made a lot more sense. It was a lot more easier to maintain and understand as well. Though once you understand the new UI and how to do your pick'ems correctly, I'd say it's maybe a little bit better, but it's just so sophisticated for the average Joe who maybe doesn't really do pick'ems. Maybe it's their first time or they haven't done them in a long time. Whenever you do fill out your pick'ems, you got to make sure you save them, because I've also seen a lot of comments about that where they said they didn't save them and then they didn't get their coin. I've seen a few people go as far to contact Valve to say that their pick'ems didn't go through. They couldn't save them because the UI was too complicated. Now, if they got a free silver coin, if they already bought the pass, I'm not really sure, but if it's something you're interested in, it doesn't really hurt to ask. Now, practically every data miner for Counter-Strike 2 on Twitter last night was going a little crazy when this update got added. Things found in the game files relating to Danger Zone has hostage dropping, opening safes, and taking off heavy armor all included. Now, there is an odd chance this has nothing to do with Danger Zone and it could be an operation, but I just really doubt it. I think it's Danger Zone considering all the updates that we've received in the past few months that have also related to Danger Zone. It just doesn't really make much sense to me why it wouldn't be for that. Now, another thing to mention that was in the blog post that wasn't really specified very well is if you go to the CSGO news or CS2 news and updates category, or just hop into the game, you look at that little Major icon at the bottom left, you can see that the 9 Pandas logo has been removed and not even replaced with Gamer Legion, so Valve just took it out. So it's pretty clear that their stickers most likely aren't coming to the game, and that now leads us into the sticker discussion. So what is happening with the Copenhagen Major stickers? Well, according to dozens of leaks, players have to redo all their signatures, but my question is why? A lot of these were done almost a month in advance, a little over a month ago. Yes, I understand teams like Gamer Legion couldn't get them submitted because obviously they weren't playing in the Major, but looking at the data mines from just a few days ago, we can see that those have been added to the game as well. Now, this is just my assumption, but I'm not really sure. I think a lot of these signatures, a lot of the pro players most likely hired people or took a lot of time on their signatures, which Valve specifically said they can't or shouldn't do. They pretty much put out an FAQ just a few weeks ago of what pro players can and can't do for their signatures. They can't hire anybody to do it. They have to do it themselves. It has to be replicated within 5 to 10 seconds, and there's a few other things in there as well. Obviously, the problems that lie with that is most players probably didn't do that. Also, some were probably reused from older majors, which they probably wouldn't be able to replicate as well in 5 to 10 seconds. Now, this doesn't explain the delay, but this kind of pissed a lot of people off. If the average Joe, the average investor, crafter, whoever in the CS scene wants to buy a sticker and actually spend their hard-earned money on stickers inside Counter-Strike, shouldn't they be looking a little more creative? Because being able to replicate a sticker within 5 to 10 seconds is literally just going to be that. that, a signature, not anything very cool with a different kind of logo like we saw just a few years ago. But aside from that, I'm not really sure what's happening here. Another assumption just to throw in here is I think that Valve doesn't want to get sued by anybody, cut out all the possible BS situations that they could possibly get themselves into, but I'm not sure. And when I say next up here that I have a question for Valve, I seriously mean it. Why haven't the stickers come out? It almost makes no sense. I'm not even saying this because we want the stickers, I'm saying this for Valve's end as well. There must have been something really bad going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Maybe Valve lost some stickers in the mail, I'm not sure. But what I know is Valve has missed out on millions of profit if they've just released them just over a week ago. And that's just a week ago. Typically with majors, we can get these stickers 2 to 3 weeks in advance. Now that's pushing it a little bit, but we have in the past. But because we're probably not going to get them either until later tonight, later this week, or possibly at a later date, this 75% off sale, let alone the entire major sale, is going to take an extremely long time to eventually leave. Valve is going to want to make out for that missed profit, and there could be a lot of profit on the table, but could also affect a lot of these pro teams. A lot of these pro teams were expecting to get some of their money back, well, getting these sticker capsules for sale, or the players buying them more so, but that's already a lot of missed profit. So Valve isn't just going to have to make up on their end, but they're also going to have to make up for the pro teams, and if that doesn't happen, I would expect a lot of things to change inside the Counter-Strike scene with orgs and teams leaving within the next year, which there's going to be a video on CS2 esports in the future of it based off of how much it costs to run a team, an organization, and go into a major. And lastly for today's video, I want to mention Inferno, because there's been a lot of people the past 24 to 48 hours that have been suggesting it's going to get removed extremely soon. Stats within the past few events, that being with this major as well in Copenhagen, have shown a record low amount of the map being played. And yes, I do believe with some other circumstances it could be very well removed within the next few months. But with that being said, I actually already have a video completely done. I'm just kind of waiting to post it at a good time. And it's a semi-detailed analysis of why Inferno inside CS2 plays so much different than CSGO, some of the reasons it's not played so much in the pro scene. But at the end of the day, I think it's just one thing that kind of all Counter-Strike players have in common. We all hate change, that being with us CS players. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay positive, sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.